After using this abandonware, buggy, memory limited for about 6 years and nearly 3,000 hours, oh god. I wanted to see how much I've actually learned and improved over the years when it comes to making posters and videos. So I went to my Steam workshop and I found some old artworks that I've made in SFM in like 2016, and they're rough. So then I had a video idea. I'm gonna remake my oldest poster that I've ever made in SFM, one that I made in 2016. And I also found this. Yeah, that needs to be cleaned up as well. Alright, so let's see. The very first poster I ever made or published from SFM. Rule of thirds shows that Pyro is staring at the trees. Why? Why is he looking at the trees? That's a plenty nice pine there, man. Lighting is absolute garbage. There's some kind of a vague attempt at highlighting Pyro here on the left side. And the poster was made in a Team Fortress 2 map, which already has lights in it, so that adds a challenge.
Yo, I'm recording this after making the rest of the video, and I actually found out there is a way to remove the lights from the map. Well, too bad, because I already made the poster.
So for remaking this, I'm thinking 2 flare guns, 1 in each hand. Now I could have given Pyro 2 scorch shots, but that would have been so cancer, I think the project would have just self-deleted instantly. Another problem I'm seeing in this picture is the field of view is just way too high. There's no focus points in the picture that your eyes will focus on. You got everywhere on the screen. It makes it very displeasing to look at. And go! So the whole thing starts with loading the map itself and then setting the models in there. So I added the Pyro, I added the soldier, and I added the 2 flare guns. And then I started posing the flare guns in the Pyro's hands. Finger posing can be a little bit tricky if you have a model with fingers that look and bend like sausages, but these ones were actually pretty easy to put in place. Add a hat, add a scarf, and that's that part done. For soldier, I just gave him a direct hit for some reason, I don't know. Put a Bill's hat on him because he's a veteran player and not a free-to-play. I want a soldier to be hit in the head with a flare, so he's kind of falling over from the impact force of the flare gun shot. And I paused multiple times here. I did the position myself in real life. To have a reference, I shot myself in the head with a flare gun for maximum realism. Fixed the hammers on the flare guns. Then I wanted some chaos into the battlefield, so I added a blue medic who's running for soldier in panic, you know, trying to warn him not to run out in the open and get shot. Post the medic gun into the wrong hand here. Waste multiple minutes of your precious time on this planet. And then realize your mistake and fix it quite easily actually. Then you pose him into a running position with his hand up like he's showcasing his fingers to soldier, you know. Look how many fingers I have. I have 5, how many do you have? Give him a capital D colon face. Oh, the humanity. After forgetting to record adding the particle effects like the muzzle flash and the smoke coming from the shell, I did the lighting, and me being a clever boy, I didn't research if you can remove lights in a ready-made map, since I always create my videos in a void with no pre-placed lights whatsoever. And I wasn't sure if I should make it daytime or nighttime, but night was easier, so I'll just make up an excuse like, oh, it looked artistically better or something. And the end result actually ended up being a little bit more brighter than I started with. Oh yeah, I also added a spy behind the medic, ready to stab him and send him into the forever box. Then put multiple rim lights on Pyro, struggling here as well. Struggling in SFM, struggling in real life. Rim light the soldier. I tried putting reflective lights down from the ground upwards since snow tends to reflect a lot of light. You always want to look at the objects in your poster and your scene if they should reflect a lot of light, like if it's a metallic object, or if they should reflect less. Now since Pyro is shooting a flare, it's a bright flare, so I added some red lights around soldier. And I also tried making those flare lights also bounce up from the ground towards soldier, and kind of fill that entire area with that flare light because it is a very bright flare. Finally, render it, throw it into DaVinci Resolve, do some basic color grading on the poster, and it's done. I think Compared to 6 years ago, it's a pretty big difference. I don't know if it's better or not. That's up to you, but I think it looks better. And then this fucking thing. I have no clue what was going on here, but let's not look at it. Let's just remake it quickly. Let's build the scene, add those air ducts in there, add the character. This time I decided to make him gray, that hazmat suit, make it gray instead of red. Then I added the alien. I made him crawl from another opening in the air duct, post the tail, post the fingers, and make him look nasty and dangerous. Then the lighting, which in this case is just one big light from the left side. I later deleted all the other lights. I also decided to spice it up a bit. I gave the guy an empty Glock in the hand to make the situation a little bit more intense. Then just mess around with the fingers. Now, because it's a ventilation duct and all the surfaces are metal, there's a lot of light bouncing around, so multiple rim lights on all sides, multiple little shadow lights to fill the dark spots and so on. And I figured, what is the scariest monster of all? The one your brain makes for you. Less is more, So I threw the alien into complete darkness. I just only showed the very tip of his head and teeth. Let your imagination go wild. What does he look like? Then I added some empty bullet casings to let the audience know this guy does not aim train. Add a little light into the chamber of the gun to show it's actually empty. And then waste a little bit more time on shadow lights and rim lights. Throw that shit in Resolve, bake in 350 degrees for 20 minutes, and out comes this picture. Better than the old one? I don't know. That's up to your taste. Now, if you want to drool over these posters in glorious 4K quality, then you'll find them down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.